Imagine waking up each day and feeling that pull, the one that tells you to stay comfortable, to avoid what's hard, to settle. Now, let me ask you something. What if the very things you resist, the tasks you dread, the responsibilities you push away, are the exact things that will ignite your life? See, success doesn't come from waiting for motivation. It doesn't come from chasing comfort. It comes from mastering the art of doing what you don't want to do. That moment when you take action despite fear, despite resistance, that is when transformation happens. That is when your future is forged. Most people run from it. Most people stay small, but not you, not today, because today we step into the power of choice, into the strength that says, I may not feel like it, but I will do it anyway, and I will win because of it. Too many people spend their lives chasing comfort, avoiding the things that make them uneasy and convincing themselves that staying in the safe zone is the path to happiness. But let me tell you something. Comfort is a trap. Comfort is a slow, silent killer of potential. Every breakthrough, every leap forward, every moment of true achievement comes from stepping into what you don't want to do. It's that discomfort that tests you, stretches you, and shapes you into someone stronger than you were yesterday. Growth doesn't happen when life feels easy. It happens when life challenges you, when your muscles ache not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Think about the people you admire most. Every one of them has faced moments they didn't want to face, tasks they didn't want to do, and decisions they didn't want to make. And yet, they took action. They showed up. They pushed through. That's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's a signal. It's telling you where your edge is, where your limits are being tested. The more you lean into that feeling, the more you expand your capacity, the more you discover what you're truly capable of. Imagine if you only ever did what felt easy. Your skills would stagnate, your vision would shrink, and your potential would gather dust like an old book on a shelf. But when you choose to act in spite of fear, hesitation, or resistance, something extraordinary happens. You prove to yourself that you are bigger than your excuses. You prove that your mind is stronger than your feelings. And each time you step beyond discomfort, you build momentum, a momentum that becomes unstoppable, compounding over time into extraordinary results. It's not about pain for pain's sake. It's not about punishment or forcing yourself into misery. It's about embracing the reality that life rewards those who do what others avoid. It's about understanding that the uncomfortable, the inconvenient, and the difficult tasks are the ones that accelerate your growth, sharpen your character, and set you apart from everyone else. When you shift your mindset to see discomfort as a friend instead of a foe, suddenly challenges become opportunities. Obstacles become stepping stones. And every moment of resistance transforms into a doorway to your next level of achievement. Most people go through life playing it safe, sticking to routines that feel familiar, and avoiding the uncomfortable tasks that challenge them. They chase approval, security, and comfort, believing that staying in their comfort zone is the smart choice. But the truth is, the world doesn't reward comfort. It rewards courage. True growth, the kind that changes your life and propels you toward your highest potential, happens in the spaces most people refuse to enter. It happens when you do what others avoid, when you take the paths that feel difficult, uncertain, or even scary. Those are the moments that test your resolve, push your limits, and separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. When you lean into what others shy away from, you're giving yourself a competitive advantage that no one else can match. Think about it. Most people avoid hard conversations, challenging tasks, or the discipline required to create lasting change. Most people quit when things get uncomfortable, settle for mediocrity, or wait for the perfect moment to take action. But the people who rise above, who create massive success, are the ones who say yes to the difficult, who face resistance head on, and who refuse to let fear dictate their choices. Every time you choose the path others avoid, you are building resilience, sharpening your skills, and expanding your confidence. You are proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought, that discomfort is not a barrier, but a bridge to the next level. Doing what others avoid also creates a sense of ownership over your life. When you face challenges that scare most people away, you gain clarity, insight, and experience that few will ever acquire. You start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You develop a mindset of abundance, strength, and adaptability because you are constantly pushing beyond limits. Growth isn't a byproduct of luck or talent. It's a product of choice. It's the choice to embrace what is difficult, to persist when most quit, and to act when most hesitate. The world is filled with people who dream but never do, who imagine but never step forward. Growth belongs to those who refuse to be average, who step into challenges and who are willing to take the road less traveled, knowing that on the other side of discomfort lies transformation. Every single day, we are bombarded by emotions, fear, doubt, frustration, even laziness. Most people allow these feelings to control them, to dictate their actions, and to limit their potential. They wake up feeling unmotivated and tell themselves it's impossible to take action. They feel fear and retreat. They feel resistance and give up. But here's the truth. Your emotions are not commands. They are signals. They are information about what's happening inside you, not instructions on what you must do. Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you have to stop. Just because you feel tired doesn't mean you have to quit. Just because you feel overwhelmed doesn't mean you have to avoid taking the next step. Mastery begins the moment you recognize that emotions are indicators, not dictators, and that you have the power to choose your response. Every breakthrough in life begins with the understanding that you are not your emotions. You can feel nervous before a challenge, but you can still act with courage. You can feel uncertain about the future, but you can still take decisive steps forward. The strongest people are not those who feel nothing. They are the ones who feel fully, acknowledge the emotions, and then choose to act anyway. This is the essence of personal power, realizing that your feelings are temporary, external, and often deceptive. While your choices define your reality, the mind and body may scream at you to quit, to delay, to take the easy road, but when you learn to master your response, you create freedom. Freedom to act, freedom to grow, and freedom to achieve what others think is impossible. Choosing mastery over instinct is not always easy. It requires awareness, discipline, and relentless commitment. It demands that you pause, observe the emotion, and then make a conscious decision to do what is necessary, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Each time you practice this, you strengthen your inner resilience, build confidence, and gain control over your destiny. Life will throw doubt, fear, and uncertainty at you relentlessly, but your ability to separate emotion from action is what separates winners from everyone else. People who wait to feel ready will always be stuck, while those who understand that mastery is a choice act decisively, step forward in spite of the signals, and turn their emotions into fuel for extraordinary results. Desire is powerful. Vision is electrifying. Dreams can light a fire inside of you like nothing else. But desire alone does not create results. Vision alone does not move mountains. Without discipline, your dreams remain just that, dreams. Discipline is the bridge that connects what you want to achieve with the actions required to make it real. It is the daily commitment, the unwavering consistency, and the ability to do what needs to be done even when motivation fades, even when the excitement wears off, and even when the world seems to conspire against you. Discipline transforms potential into reality because it forces you to show up, to push through resistance, and to keep moving forward no matter how difficult the path becomes. The most successful people in history, the ones who have reached levels others only imagine, share one common trait: they mastered the art of discipline. They understood that while desire ignites the fire, it is discipline that keeps it burning long enough to forge real results. It's not about luck, inspiration, or waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about making a decision each day to do what is necessary, to take the steps others avoid, and to maintain momentum regardless of circumstance. Discipline doesn't mean you enjoy every step of the journey. It doesn't mean life becomes easy. What it does mean is that you become unstoppable. You learn to push past excuses, silence resistance, and take consistent action even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is also a form of self-respect. It is the recognition that your goals, your dreams, and your future are worth showing up for. It is the willingness to endure short-term discomfort for long-term gain, to delay instant gratification in favor of lasting achievement. Every time you choose discipline over convenience, You reinforce your ability to achieve more, to go further, and to become the person capable of handling greater responsibility and opportunity. Success is not about a single act of heroism. It is about the accumulation of small, disciplined actions repeated day after day. It is about building habits that align with your highest vision, taking control of your life and refusing to let your impulses dictate your destiny. Discipline is the invisible force that turns ambition into accomplishment, dreams into reality, and ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers.